Hello and welcome to Big Bore Knife and Gear. Today on the table we've got a QSP. Oh, what a fantastic action. This is the QSP Platypus. Let's go over some specs and then we'll dive into this awesome little knife. Well, I shouldn't say little, but this awesome knife. Again, QSP Platypus. This knife is still readily available. This one came from White Mountain Knives. It's running about 60 bucks. We have an overall length on this guy of 8.6 inches, blade length of 3 3/4, blade thickness of 0.135 inches. Blade steel on this is Sandvik 14C 28N. Got a nice flat grind, G10 scales, titanium back spacer, ceramic, running on ceramic ball bearings. This is a liner lock design. Thumb stud deployment. This is a tip up right or left hand carry, and this thing is coming in at 5.5 ounces. So let's get in first with the scales. G10, very well done. Smooth but still grippy. This is brown G10 with a black G10 inlay. Both show and lock side matching. Hardware on here, just your standards. Pivot. It's got this really nice patterned pivot color on both sides. Looks really good. Aesthetically, this one really caught my eye. Originally, I did go for the black G10, so it was reverse. It was black with a brown inlay. I ordered that one. It was sold out. Just didn't update on the website. Justin from White Mountain Knives emailed me, say, "Hey, would you take the brown one?" I said, "Of course." Deep carry clip. Again, stainless clip, stainless hardware. They've got this beautifully milled and raised titanium backspacer, which is anodized this. Let me see if this will pick up here. Really bluish to purple color. Looks really well. Action on this guy is phenomenal. Dang near drop shutty right out of the box. Detent is done great. It fires out. I have yet to fail this knife. This is my first QSP, and I've got to say, I am thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed. Look at this beautiful shape. This gorgeous design. It's got these satined, two-tone satin and black DLC'd blade. Actually, I shouldn't say DLC. I'm not sure if it's DLC, but it is coated. It's got this beautiful curved cleaver style blade. The jimping is done perfectly. For my hands, this thing is an ergonomic dream. It fits like it was sculpted for my hands. No hot spots. My thumb lands perfectly on that thumb ramp with the jimping. One thing I did notice, and look at that beautiful fuller, by the way. One thing I did notice, if you can see it there, that little curved Emerson Wave-esque style nub. Me personally, I could do without that, but it actually does kind of function like an Emerson Wave. You can actually deploy this by pulling it out of your pocket and catching this out of your pocket. Oops, and there's a fail. Super snappy action. Fantastic looking design. For my first QSP, I gotta say, I am, again, thoroughly impressed. Guys, this is a $60 knife. I've seen all the reviews on the, I believe it's the Penguin, which is like a $30 knife. All the reviews have been fantastic about the quality, the fit, the finish. Speaking of, right down the pipe, nice and centered. So I started looking. I started looking at some QSPs. There's a bunch of different models out there, and this one really caught my eye. So I said, what the heck? And I got it. I've had this thing for about 2 weeks now. I've carried it, I don't know, about 10 days. In and out of pocket with this guy is just fantastic. Even though the pocket screws are not flush, they are raised. I had no issues with it going in and out of pocket or getting snagged. Just a great knife. The only drawback to this knife for me, other than this little wave style thing on the blade, which I could care less about, my only other drawback for this is the weight. Come on, quit failing. Even though it is, 8.6 inches long, it is coming in at 5.5 ounces. If we can get the camera to focus, as you can see down in there, the liners are milled nicely. However, the G10 is not. And this is these are thick slabs of G10. The thickness through the handle here is coming in at 0.62 inches. So it's a good size knife. It fits my hand great. I normally don't care about weight whatsoever. I carry knives that are 14.5 ounces, for God's sake. But for this one, it is a bit handle heavy. And in use, I don't want to say it fatigues me, but it feels a little different than most knives, if I can say that, if you get my meaning. It feels heavy in the hand, but not because of the weight of the knife, if that makes sense. It feels heavy in the hand because it's a handle-heavy knife. So it's not, the balance isn't quite there. That is my only complaint on this knife. This thing is a cutter. It is a slicer. I did not measure behind the edge, but this thing comes down to a very, very thin edge. If I had to guess, probably 18 or 20 thousandths. Really thin. Slice through cardboard, slice through some rope, slice through paper. You might not be able to see it here, but this tip is a scalpel. It's got a little bit of wear there because I have used the crap out of this. You can choke up with your finger, get some nice fine work. Push cuts. The thing was an absolute dream to use. The only thing I wish this had, and only for personal preference, I love finger choils. I'm a huge finger choil guy. If this had a finger choil and I could really choke up on it, this would be pretty much a perfect knife for me. Again, only issue I have with this, it's the balance is off. It's handle heavy, and if you're not used to your knives being off balanced or heavy to the blade or heavy to the handle, it just takes a minute to get used to. Again, it just feels heavy in the hand because you're not balancing it out with weight on the blade. I think had they milled the G10, weight reduced, milling on the backside of the scales, that would probably take care of the problem, take care of that issue. Other than that, fantastic knife. Look at the way the shape flows. Yeah, what an absolute beauty. And they did a super cool, super good, of course, let me wipe all these fingerprints off, polished satined grind on that blade. It just looks fantastic. Anyhow, that's all I got for today, folks. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment because I love the feedback. Let me know what you think of this QSP platypus. And until next time, take care.